Hey guys, GH, welcome to Practice Tee. Okay, just want to go over a couple of things today. Mainly some more clarification on the new grip. I really wasn't that clear and specific in yesterday's videos. But guys, imagine this. Imagine if you had your lead hand and you put it out in front of you like that, and you had a peg here or something, a soft peg, and you wanted to hit that peg into the ground like that. What configuration would you have in your lead hand to do that? You would have it dead in line with your forearm, with no cupping in it like that and no bowing in it. It would be dead there, so you could do that. Now that's the configuration you need in this grip. You need that configuration. Now when you put the club in the hand is in that position there, and the shaft is just completely straight up and down at 90 degrees to that hand. And you just close the hand like that. That's what you do. And then when you put it down there, it's in that configuration, and the trail hand goes on exactly the same. It goes on there, guys. Trail hand goes on like that. It's in precisely the same position. Here. It's back towards the thumb in the meat part of the palm. As much as you can get it in the palm, you really need to have it there. It's not in the fingers, and the grip is just palm to palm, guys. Just goes there. We make two fists, one on top of one another, and try and feel like they're vertical. That's the simplicity of this grip. There's no turning of the hands over like that, over that way or that way. They're in that configuration there. It is that simplistic, guys. Nothing changes. That's just where it is. I just put it there. I'm going to hammer something into the ground, but I just see how the club's 90 degrees, and I just hold it like that. I just make a fist, and I make another fist there, and there's the grip here. That's it, guys. That's as simplistic as it is. It's two fists, but they're 90-degree fists, and they are perpendicular. They're straight up and down. There's no orientation. The fingers are not turned that way. The forearm's not turned that way. None of that is happening. Everything is just straight up and down here. There. That's how I hold it. And the grip pressure, guys, scale of 1 to 10, probably 9 or 10. I hang on like hell. I really do hang on. Significantly so. And I have equal pressure in both hands. It's the same. It's just like I'm gonna chop a tree down. Here. Gonna bang like that. There it is. You can have a bit of a variation there, guys. It depends on what your hand is made up like, what the wrap factor is from there to there, how long that is, how much you can turn it around, what your finger configuration is, what the musculature in your fingers is and in the palm is. It's all individual, and you can just do that, guys. Just do it to suit yourself. But in essence, we just make two fists like that. There they are, and we put them on the club. Hands not bent that way, and there's no cup that way. No cup there, no bowing there. It's just fist to fist. Here, bang, bang, bang. Going to hammer in two posts here with our hands, and we just put them together on the golf club. Here. Now Bill Phillips at MMI Golf, he has his hands separated. He calls it coupling. I call it uncoupling. When you take the hands apart, the hands are uncoupled. But Bill has his apart, and he says he likes to feel his hands working independently. Well, I want mine to work together, but that's just a personal preference. If I have this one coupled here, I'd be throwing the club too much. Whereas here I can get them to work. Bill says he gets both of his working together. I can't do that. As soon as I uncouple, as soon as I get them away and I uncouple, I get independent action, and I don't want any independent action. Not at all. Okay, guys, now the other thing is sequencing in the golf swing. You notice that when I play, I'm very quick. When I get over the ball, I'm gone. Yeah, but I do that because that's my nature. I'm a very, very quick, agitated, hyper type of guy. Everything I do my background, you know, was racing motorcycles, racing cars, racing boats, anything that could be raced, I've raced it. And I'm just that sort of guy. I mean, I talk fast, I eat fast, I walk fast, I do everything fast. So I'm going to have a quick disposition in the way I set up. Now Mo Norman did. Mo Norman's setup was, he would get in here like this, in here, and then he'd go. Bang. No hesitation. No swing us interruptus is what I call it. We don't want to swing us interruptus in our golf swing, if you can help it. Why I think you don't need to have that in the golf swing, guys, is for this reason. When you come in here and you set up and you're in position here, the longer you're there, the more contamination you can get neurally and from a thought ingestion point of view. You can have just contaminating thoughts come in there. But if you don't have a lot of time, there's not a lot of time for those elementary, dear Watson, but there's not a lot of time for that contamination or congestion to come in there and form itself. It just can't happen. So what I do is, and mine is basically this, guys. I get in here like that, here, and I'm gone. Once I set the ignition process in place, I never change it. It's like those big Saturn rockets in the Apollo program. Once those boosters were lit, the launch was preordained. It was going into space, whether it liked it or not. And I'm exactly the same. Once I get into that position here, guys, when I'm in here, I'm going. So I don't want to hang about. That's the point. I don't want to hang about. Now, your hang about factor may be different to mine. Clearly, I'm quick. You don't have to be as quick. Bill Phillips is nowhere near as quick as me, and Matt Gray is now working himself into his ignition process. He's trying to get going a bit earlier. Now the advantage, guys, is that you won't get this contamination. Once you're there, you're set. And I like to get on with it quickly, and I learned a lot of that from Mo Norman. Once I came back the first time after seeing Mo, that was it. I've always been quick, but I was not ultra quick, but then I just got on with the job. So the message is, guys, that we don't need to have any dilly-dallying in the guy. Put the camera in a great place here, JH. It's downhill here. God, sometimes I wonder. Guys, you'll experience it. When you get older, you'll go through the same thing. Or maybe you won't. But this is what we want to do, guys. This is what I do. I hold the club there. I take that grip here. 2 fists here. And because I've got both hands on the club, I take it in my lead hand, but then I bring it across and I couple it into my trail hand. Now I've already got both hands on the club. So I'm in here, bang here, there I am, guys. I'm ready to go. Here, I don't have to do any more than that. Matt Gray is a little bit different. Matt Gray comes in, Bill Phillips from MMI, offsider, Matt Gray. And Matt Gray shot 62 the other day, guys. Like, these guys are so understated. I mean, he shot 62 and hasn't mentioned it to anyone. I just found out about it in just general conversation. If I shot 62 in a regulation golf course, guys, I'd have a public address system on my car and I'd be driving around the town here telling everybody, hey, JH shot 62 today. I actually shot a 63 a week ago on a pretty tough course. But the kicker to that story is, guys, we got rained out on the 17th tee, so I didn't play the last 2 holes, but I had 63 shots up until the 17th tee. But if it had been a 16-hole competition, it would have been great. But Matt shot 62 in regulation golf course, guys. Now he's doing channel lock. Now this is a guy that had a conventional golf swing, a little bit different type of conventional golf swing, with a few moving parts in it and a few things happening. Now he's converted completely inside a year, and he's just got better and better and better. He shot 62 the other day. That's fantastic. But Matt Gray, understated guy. Bill Phillips, understated guys. They don't blow their own horns. As I say, if I'd have shot 62, I'd have been up at the shopping centre with a sandwich board around my neck, walking around saying I shot 62 yesterday on a real golf course. Only kidding, but a fantastic effort, Matt. Fantastic. Where was I? Okay, now what Matt does, when Matt comes in to take his position, he comes in and he puts the club down in his right hand here. He's trying to speed up his ignition move. He comes in here and he puts the club down with his right hand. Then he gets in here. Now what he has to do, he adds to the sequence because this hand's not on. He has to bring this across and put it on. So that's adding to the sequence. That's another facet of the golf swing that he's introducing into the swing. I don't have that. I take my grip here, I put my trail hand on, and then it's already there. So I'm already here. So I've eliminated that extra component of the sequencing there. That's not in mine swing. So that's just for, you know, for people that maybe do that, to put the club down here and then bring it across. Guys, you can take it here and then bring the hand across and put it on here, and that's already done. And then your sequence is already done. You don't have to worry about it. So the sequencing, that's really all I had to say about the sequencing. But I do it quickly because I'm a quick dude. You don't have to, but I can assure you, if you cut down all the extraneous stuff that goes on at address and before you get into what I call the ignition process of the backswing, that's our ignition process. And setting the ignition process in train. When you're launching those Apollo rockets, they're counting down. In the last 10 seconds, they're counting down. Well, I don't have 10 seconds, but I do have a countdown. I get in here and here I am as my 1 in my countdown. And here's my 2. There's my 3. And there's my 4 in the countdown. But once I'm into that, once I've gone past 1, or once I've gone past 2, that rocket is going to be launched. There's no way around that. I have to launch. The ignition sequence is preordained, and I have to do that. I can't do anything else. Once those booster rockets are lit, and to use the terminology, that rocket's going into space. There's nothing we can do about it. It's going. And my swings, and I never second guess it. I just don't second guess that. Once it's in train, I just keep going with it. I just never get out of it, and I never second guess it. So guys, that's just a little bit of talk about how to sequence the start of your backswing and what I call avoiding swingus interruptus. We don't want swingus interruptus. I'm quick. You don't have to be as quick as me. You don't have to be Pedro the Swift, but what you need to do is remove any extraneous processes of setting up to hit the ball. This is basically mine. I'm here, I pull it in my right hand, put the club down there with my opposite my trail foot, bring the lead foot up, get in here into back cock it up here and go. That's it. That's the golf swing. That's it, no more, no less. Okay guys, looks like it's going to rain here, so we'll nip this in the bud, and I'll do a little bit more tomorrow. But what I'll do is I'll also give more intrinsic information on this grip. But basically guys, it's a fist. There it is, dead in line here with the forearm, not over here, not there. There it is, and put the 2 fists together. There it is. Okay guys, have a look at that and give me some feedback.